Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for NBA on Wednesday, December 22nd, 2021. We got NBA player props and spreads here for you today, guys. My name is Steve and we're going to have 4 picks here for you today that make a great value bets for the Wednesday NBA slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 1,100 subscribers by the end of the week, guys, and I cannot do it without you. Be sure to also check out our community Discord page. I'll have a link down in the comment section and in the description of that where you can check that out. It's a great place to connect with our community. Be sure to also put your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, and now for our results from the previous episode. So this is from Sunday. Officially, we went 0-2. 2 of our bets got voided there due to all the COVID stuff that was going on in the NBA. But the 2 misses that we had had the Memphis Grizzlies there on the spread, and the Blazers outright won there in Memphis. You know, Memphis has really been hot lately. And then we had Derek White over for PRAs in that matchup with the Kings. He's been really hot lately, and he didn't even come close to this line. So what can you do? We're going to get after it today, though, guys. We're going to get this 4-0. So let's get right into our picks. At number 1, we are going with Darius Garland under 7.5 assists here for the Cleveland Cavaliers at -140 odds. So Garland is actually 3-0 on the season to this under without Jared Allen on the floor. So obviously we love seeing that. Jared Allen not available for this game, or Evan Mobley for that matter. A lot of players who are missing for the Cavs in their second unit as well. Coro will not be available, the guard there as well. So there's a lot of players here that are going to be missing, a lot of bench players. So what that could honestly mean is we could actually see Ricky Rubio a lot more here at point guard for the Cavs at times. Expect Garland and Rubio to play big minutes tonight. And, you know, when that happens, I could see Rubio shifting over to the point guard and being more of the distributor than Garland. Garland, more apt to be looking for scoring opportunities. They're going to need him to score tonight. Actually, really like his over for points. I had a heavy lean on that. Initially, I was looking heavy at that one, but this under for assists was just too juicy. Garland is actually 7-0 to this under in his career versus the Boston Celtics. The most he's ever had versus the Celtics is 6 assists. So, believe it or not, the Celtics do not allow actually a lot of assists to point guards anyway. Celtics are 6th best in assists allowed to point guards. And this is a point guard line, right? So that's why you could say this argument, even if he shifts to 2, it's like, well, okay, Steve, he's going to be playing scoring guard. Well, that doesn't matter because he has a point guard line for assists. You don't see shooting guards with an assist line of 7.5, right? Point guards have lines like this, and this is why we're going to take the under. So even if he does stick with the point, doesn't shift over to the 2, I still like it either way. Garland is actually 6-4 in his last 10 to this under, so it's still pretty solid. And like I said here, we got new factors here without Jared Allen on the floor. That's where he gets a lot, like I said, a lot of his assists is, you know, that's where it comes from. So, you know, I really love it. Look for Garland to score the ball, though. You know, if you want to take an over bet here for Garland, you could definitely look at his over for points. I think it's a solid look. They're going to need him to score the basketball tonight, without a doubt. So, a lot of convincing stats here for Garland. Love it there for our number 1 pick. Darius Garland under 7.5 assists here for the Cleveland Cavaliers at -140 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with John Collins over 20.5 points here for the Atlanta Hawks at -108 odds. So great matchup here for John Collins, taking on the Orlando Magic, who allow the 8th most points to power forwards, so we love seeing that. And Collins has actually cashed in his last 4 games versus the Orlando Magic when getting 30-plus minutes, including 2-0 this year already. And he's averaging 33 minutes per game. That's why I say that. You can look for him to get 30-plus this game, especially with the injuries here to Trae Young and Clint Capella. Expect more minutes here from John Collins. They're going to need to rely on him to score the basketball to win this game. I think this game will actually be closer than people think. You know, the spread, I believe, was 8.5 in favor of the Hawks. I'll be looking at the Magic in this one to cover that spread. But that's just the lean. You know, I really love the points here on Collins. Collins averages 21.7 points per game this season versus divisional opponents, so we love seeing that. He saves his best ball for his division games. And he averages 17.7 points per game at home. That's up from 16.6 on the road. So he performs a little bit better at home. And the reason why we like the points here, like I said, is because of the absences of Trae Young and Capella. So we're going to see Collins' volume go up here for sure. And it's a great matchup here for Collins. And he usually performs well versus the Magic as well. So love it there for number 2 pick. John Collins over 20.5 points here for the Atlanta Hawks at minus 108 odds. Okay, and at number 3, we are going with the Los Angeles Clippers, minus 5.5 spread here versus the Sacramento Kings at minus 110 odds. So we're going against the grain here a little bit as far as the research goes. If you look at the research, believe it or not, the Kings have actually had the Clippers number here recently. The Kings are actually 5-2 straight up in the last 7 games versus the Clippers. So they've actually beaten the Clippers in 5 out of 7. So why do I like this so much? Well, at some point, you can't tell me the amount of injuries that are listed on the Kings isn't going to play a role in the outcome of the game. Kings are going to be without De'Aaron Fox, without Marvin Bagley, without Mitchell. They're off the bench, and potentially also Richaun Holmes. Now, Richaun Holmes has a shot to play, but that's not the one that really scares me, as far as if De'Aaron Fox and Bagley are going to be out. Those are 2 huge losses. And Mitchell, honestly. Mitchell has been performing really well here lately off the bench as well. So, you're telling me we're going to be without those players here. I think the Kings are really going to have a tough time containing the Clippers. Clippers are actually fairly healthy coming into this game. They have Paul George, Reggie Jackson, Zubac, Mann, all available. They're all going to play. Now they're missing Hartenstein and Markieff Morris, but overall the Clippers much healthier here coming in. Particularly seeing Paul George and Reggie Jackson out there is enough for me. I think Clippers should have a huge advantage in this game. Kings actually altogether missing 2 starters and 4 second unit players is what the Sacramento Kings are missing this game. So we're going to be looking at some third stringers here in this game here for the Kings in particular. Now the Clippers, like I said, just aren't dealing with those type of that type of situation right now. They're just not in that bad of shape. Now on the season, Clippers actually perform a little bit better on the road against the spread. They're 5-6 on the road against the spread, and they're worse at home, believe it or not. So go figure on that. So looking for the Clippers here to perform better here on the road versus the Kings. Particularly in this spot with all the injuries to Sacramento, and Clippers have their complement of players. And at the end of the day, I look at this as the Clippers really are the better team. Can they show up and perform that way? I think it's starting to get in their heads now that they don't play the Kings very well, but in this spot, I really do like the Clippers here. 5.5, I think, is a pretty low spread in this spot. So, love it there. Clippers minus 5.5 spread versus the Sacramento Kings at minus 110 odds. Okay, and finally, at number 4, we're going with Chris Middleton over 33.5 PRAs here for the Milwaukee Bucks at minus 111 odds. So, Chris Middleton is actually 7-3 in his last 10 games to this line without Giannis on the floor. Well, we're not going to have Giannis available here tonight. And look for Middleton to take on more of the scoring load and really step up here for the Bucks. He's already 1-0 versus the Rockets this year to this line. And Giannis didn't even perform that well in that game. He shot 33% from the floor, one of his worst shooting performances of the season. And he still cashed the line. So I'm actually looking for Middleton to perform better here, and I don't like clearing bets by 1. He had 34 PRAs that night. But the fact that he still got there on a bad night is a really good sign, because I don't expect Middleton to perform like that. He's a much better player than a 33% shooter. We all know this. And it's a great matchup player for him. Rockets allow the most points to small forwards, the 7th most rebounds to small forwards. So you can expect Middleton here to also get on the glass and to pick up some points. He's already a great assist guy by himself. Now, the Rockets technically don't allow a ton of assists to small forwards, but, Middleton's such a good player that he'll get a few. And honestly, I'm not worried about him adding some value to our assist line there. So, he's also cashed this in 3 of his last 4 games, versus the Houston Rockets, so that's obviously very good. We love seeing that. He's 3-3 overall in his last 6 games to this line, so you wouldn't love that, from looking at that, as far as his, recent trends here. Now, he's just coming back, after being out for a few games. But, without Giannis specifically is why we're taking this bet. And it's a great matchup. So, love it there, guys, for our number 4 pick. Chris Middleton over 33.5 PRAs here for the Milwaukee Bucks at minus 111 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 1,100 subscribers here by the end of the week. If you're also a returning viewer, please also consider hitting that like button. It really does help us out as well. Be sure to check out all our links down below. I have all our social media links in the description. Ways that you can go onto our website, donate if you're interested in doing that. I also have those links down in the comment section, so be sure to check those out. We do have some merch also available if you're interested in supporting the stream. It helps us out. But yeah, other than that, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Let's cash these bets. Let's get this 4-0 today. I wish you all the best of luck in your bets. Let's navigate this COVID stuff carefully. Just be sure to check your reports before the game time. Things can change quick with the COVID stuff, so be sure to keep tabs on that. Other than that, it's gonna do it for me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Peace out.